Techies, it's Tony again, and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. And on this episode today, I have with me a founder. First time ever. Like I've never brought a founder to this series. So today I have with me a product designer who is now a founder of a tech startup. So give it up to him. Yeah. Here is my guest for today. Hello, Sophie Lai. Can you introduce yourself to our viewers?
My name is Adi Sofila Olamide. I'm the CEO of EasyFit. We are building a product that revolutionizes the fashion industry, a platform that connects fashion designers with customers. So it's as easy as you upload your style and fashion designers get to bid for this. We are creating a trust system in the fashion industry where you can trust your fashion designer to deliver your clothes on time and even get exactly what you ordered.
That is one thing about business owners and founders. They find a way to embed or to chip in what they are building or whatever the project they are working on to chip in anyway. Because introduce yourself. We've not asked you to talk about what you are building, but that is inspiring. Well done. But let's rewind. How did it start? I mean, you are in tech, although you are a founder now, but I mean, you started from somewhere. How did it all start? What do you do? Where do you work? Like, what does your career looks like?
Okay, so I would say I've been in fashion for as long as I even noticed. So my dad is a fashion designer.
Okay.
So it's a matter of an heritage thing. So I started as a a product designer around 2022.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been building products across USA and Europe. So I've built a lot of products, and at a point I thought, okay, there's a major problem we are facing in Nigeria, which is fashion designers not delivering on time, customers complaining about unavailability of fashion designers. So I thought that, okay, I am a product designer and I've led so many products. Why don't I solve this particular problem that people are facing? So that's how this idea came to be. Yeah, so this idea didn't come as a result of me looking for an idea. It was as a result of something that has been embedded in me right from time. And duly because of the problem I've faced myself. I came from a very traditional home, and every Eid we expect to have a new clothes for ourselves. And sometimes if I don't get it, that's like the most saddest thing that can happen to me that particular day. So it's kind of like, it's more of a cultural thing that people love wearing good clothes. Yeah. And fashion it is the way you are dressed that people address you. Fashion is at the stage of where when you are speaking to people, the first thing they look at is what are you wearing. So I have to wear the EasyFit dress. So it's okay that I'm wearing this. So yeah, so you can know that I'm the founder of this.
So out of what you currently do, out of what you are currently building, out of being a fashion enthusiast, what does your career as a product designer looks like?
Okay, like I said, I started in 2022 and I learned almost everything that I needed to get a job in 6 months. I did the Google UX course, I watched some videos, and I had a portfolio on Behance and Dribbble. So I applied for my first major job in Prosper, which is in Victoria Island, Lagos. And I worked with them for a month before I changed the company I was working for to a design agency. So it is this design that actually gave me a much more broader outlook on design, because I wasn't just focused on a particular aspect of things. I focused on so many projects and so many industries. And even at the point we were working on product that has to do with fashion, building, also that has to do with aesthetics, how people look and those things. So after that, I moved on to working for an e-commerce company where what they sell is they just sell filmmakers in instruments. So you can see the connection between this e-commerce and then building for a lot of products. So the experience I got from these things is what is actually helping me to solve the problem we are solving at EasyFit.
That is motivational. Okay, so now was design part of the plan from onset? I mean, you didn't go to a design school, did you?
No.
You attended the University of Ilorin.
Yes.
I did my research.
Yeah, so
was design part? How did you know like this is what you wanted to do?
Okay, so it started from my sister. My sister was a graphic designer.
Okay.
And so it was like I didn't have anything I was doing, so I wouldn't use the normal motivational passion or anything when I started. So I started as a graphic designer, and I did that for like quite some years, like maybe 2 to 3 years. And at the point when it was like really hard for me to even find a job, and I needed money when I was in school to take care of myself as a big boy now.
Yeah.
So I did that. I started and I went to a friend. And
Okay.
the friend is a very good graphic designer, and we had an idea that okay, why don't you start designing flyers for parties at USA and some other countries? We thought about it. I learned for like 3 weeks under him, and we started it. So the first thing we did, we designed some flyers to upload on our page, on our Instagram page, and we started messaging people, code messages. We got clients from there. So that was my like background to graphic
beginning.
design. So I started to getting like some dollars.
As a student, big
get
boy
that?
now.
So now when I was doing those things, yeah, I will have to tip in fashion again. It gave me an avenue to actually have the money to sew some really nice clothes. I even got
When I knew you, one of the like things I noticed about, I observed were like your fashion,
yeah. So I love fashion,
including the shoes.
yeah, so I love fashion. So yeah, it's understandable. And I even got the most fashionable senator when I was in student union senator, University of Belong. Shout out to the students. Yeah, so yeah, that's the major background. And at the point I thought, okay, graphic designer is a nice skill, but I need something that can make me make change and not just flyers. No bad thing towards graphic designers, but it was more of like a step higher for me, like to go into something that is going to improve myself in this aspect of thinking more about what people want, what is going to change the life of people. So that's what actually made me
So now that you are building your own fashion company, like you are building your own startup, how do you navigate? How do you shuffle it? Like you will still work for a company, right? I mean, you still do your normal 9 to 5.
Yeah, so I wouldn't call it 9 to 5. Yeah.
Yes.
So I would say this idea came as a result of me being really idle in the product design space. I was just working on just personal projects because the company I was working for had some they didn't have any task for me to do. So I was so free that time that it made me
the design.
think about the idea that we are working on right now. So that was what happened, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you for that. So if I may ask, what was your first design as a product design? What was it like? What was it? What was the project about?
I think it was a design about a plant software app, something like that. So, it was my 1 week into product design, and due to my design background, it was a little bit easy for me to design on Figma. And that was the app I designed, like a plant app. So people buy plants from there or just 2 screens basically. And I did it for like 20 days, designing apps like for 10 days and then designing websites.
You challenged yourself.
So it was a 20 days challenge.
So if you see those those designs now, do you think you will cringe?
I will, definitely. Because, okay, so the thing is now if I have people I still mentor up till now, in the design space, and, at the point I don't kind of like check their design. I just tell them that just design for like 20 days and then I will start giving feedback after the 20 days. And that's because my brain registers things a lot. So if I see a bad thing, there's a bad design, there's a possibility that has registered in my brain and it might affect my work. So I don't try to see the bad design. So I will not even want to check the designs I did then. So I will
you don't want to check.
Yeah, I don't want to.
And so like so far, how long now have you been into the design field?
If it is design generally, I would say like 6 years.
Okay,
but if it is product design, I would say 3 plus.
We can accumulate it together. So what has been the challenge so far? I mean, even though now that you are like a senior too, what does the challenges look like from getting to now?
I would talk about the challenge from the aspect of being a Nigerian.
Okay.
So it's not easy to get international gigs for people. I wouldn't say it wasn't easy for me, right? Because 6 months into design, I got an international gig. But so many people in the fashion design, in the product design space are finding it really hard to find these jobs. And that's because they don't really trust us to deliver a good job. The Nigerian effect. But I still believe that there are people who are from Nigeria that are working in Apple. I have a mentor.
Yeah, there are a lot of them, Microsoft.
And yeah, so it's more of like we just need to prove ourselves more than the normal European or USA
And
citizens
Indians.
people. Yeah, so we just need to prove ourselves more. That's what I think. But yeah, that's one of the major problems we face.
Concerning that, would you say Nigerian companies are not hiring?
Well, Nigerian companies are hiring. Like I said, I worked for Prosper when I first started, and it was a major company. They had like $3 million funding, and they gave me an opportunity to start my first major design work. So I think they give opportunity for someone
Beginners.
for beginners, and that's really impressive about Nigerian company. But I'm talking about the money aspect of design. Okay, like this lot of money that some designers might want. So yes, they give them, but I think it's for Nigerians, it's a certain level. Like, okay, if you are very good, I'm sure they give you a reasonable salary. Yeah.
Okay, concerning money, the money part. So if you give a TED talk or maybe a tech talk, and then a beginner walks up to you to like elaborate the money parts, like how they can make that money, like what would you say? Since you said money is in tech, is in product design.
Yeah,
we never can time. I want to transition, so I might change my career.
First, let me say this: the space is very saturated now. And what I would advise before I tell you how to make the money is don't just be a designer that just knows how to match triangles together. Be a designer that thinks about what they do, like what's really the design behind this button being here and all. Now, to making the money, I would say you should put yourself out there. Every step of the way, whatever it is you are doing, let people know what you are doing, so that they can actually refer you to people so that you can get the money that she said. And some other thing that you can do is that you should try as much as possible to ask more from yourself, because we tend to feel like, okay, I just want to earn money.
Are you a motivational speaker? Like that actually sink like Wale similar. Yeah, Wale. Yeah,
there's no aspire to Maguire here, really. It's just the fact, right? You are not building a product because you just want to earn money. Well, if that is what you want to do, there's a chance that you not earn that money. But if you give value, if people see the companies you are working for see the value in you, they'll definitely give you a reasonable amount of money. So I'll just advise you to focus on giving the value to these companies. I think there are some sayings around, like, give your customers or give people more than what they are paying you for, and some of them will definitely pay you more. So
okay, thank you for that. Outside of work, outside of tech, what do you do?
I would know when I was a designer, when I was really the tech bro.
You're not a tech bro.
Yeah, I'm still a tech. I will not really call myself that now. I just see myself as a visionary person at this moment. Like, tech bros are visionary, but I'm focusing on that, like getting or doing what the users really want, making a change in people's life, because fashion is a way of life. Yeah. So what I would say I do outside that is I sometimes go to the gym. I've only gone 2 months this year, and I just started playing football. So in our estate we have a team now. So I just want to make sure, even if I'm not going to the gym, I'm like fit, so that when you are calling me that okay, there is something worrying you about what we are delivering, I can definitely go to the fashion designer's store.
So point them out.
Just jog there and be like, guy, what? So maybe when they see how fit I am, they can definitely. But that's a joke, by the way. But yeah, because definitely our fashion designers are so good that they will give you exactly what you want.
Yeah. So about easy fit, like, what is the long-term goal?
So so I'm going to talk about what we are going to be adding, and then I'm going to be talking about the who we want to reach.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So the first one will be that we are adding some AI features to our app. The first one is AI measurements, and the second one is going to be AI try-on. So for the AI measurement, doing our manual process of getting users and trying to be in the middle in the manual process, we've been able to identify that measurement is one of the major problems. So we are going to be adding AI where you don't have to go to your fashion designer to get measured. So you can get measured wherever you are with just your phone. And for the try-on, sometimes you might have a style and you might want to see, okay, how can this style look on me? Even before you order the clothes, you can see how it looks and see the best one that speaks.
I've seen something like that.
There are apps that does that. So you can see what really speaks to you to wear to an event. So
do you know that is also a form, a kind of AI? Abi?
Yeah, it is
Okay.
definitely it is, because it's hard to measure your body, and
Yeah.
so in the long run we are looking at the whole of Africa.
Okay.
That because this is not a problem that is just predominant in Nigeria, but also extends to other African countries. And apart from the problems that comes with fashion, it's more of like we are creating a trust system. So for everyone in Africa, you can be sure that people are going to deliver, because both is not just working in Nigeria, they are working across Africa too. So that's a kind of like an environment we want to create. And apart from that, there are some Nigerians or Africans in the diaspora that want a native clothes or something made in their country. So they will definitely want something like this. So that's our topmost goal, getting them the clothes they want. We've done it before manually. We sent a cloth to someone in the UK, two clothes, and they love it so much. The person is even on our website at the moment.
Okay, we'll be here to see it unfold.
Yeah.
Well done on what you are doing.
Yeah, thank you.
So what do you think people will be surprised to find out about you?
I don't think there's anything complicated about me. It's that this is how I come. That's as simple as it
Is there a tech meet you like to unbox?
A tech what?
Meet.
AI will take your job. I don't believe in that.
Okay.
I don't believe in AI will take your job. I believe that there were times when people were using Photoshop, and when people were using CorelDRAW, and they moved from CorelDRAW to Photoshop. And do you know they designed website on Photoshop before?
Wow.
Before Figma came, that was where they designed for website, and then they moved on to Figma. So it's more of like you have to move with the tide. You don't have to, and when it's not trend, it's tide. Like this is a tide. So AI is going to be here for a very long time, and it's going to keep improving. I heard that ChatGPT is even introducing GPT-5 soon. And so like you don't expect it's not going to go, because it is helping. And even in some things that I do, I use AI for some of the things, and that's because the human brain is so wide, but sometimes there are some things that are hidden in your brain that even ChatGPT or any AI can just bring it out, and you know it, but it just helps you do all those things.
I still think it is just best at refining ideas. Yes. So you have the prompt, you have the idea, just let it refine, do the rest of the job.
Definitely. So it's not going to take your job, it's just going to improve your work rate and improve your productivity. So you just need to make sure you find a way to use it to your own benefit, even whatever it is you do. And it's like someone that has a domain knowledge of something, and someone that doesn't have a domain knowledge knows how to use an AI. So more than the person that doesn't have the knowledge.
Okay, so talking about AI, what is your best AI tool?
It's what most people use.
ChatGPT. Have you used Gemini?
Yeah, I use Gemini too. Sometimes I use Gemini for basically turning my ideas to documents.
Okay.
So
how about Claude AI?
Claude AI, I don't.
Have you Claude AI? I don't know how it's pronounced. Yeah. There's also Perplexity.
I don't. The thing is, it depends on my needs. As for this moment, my needs are just based on ChatGPT, Gemini.
Finding easy fit. Yeah. Building into a scalable business. Nothing concerning you.
If it requires me moving on to another AI or adding another AI, so that's just. And you have to know how to use it. You just.
Sorry about that. So.
What is one unpopular opinion you have about tech in general? Unpopular opinion. An opinion that's not so popular.
Can I have one? I don't want to say what I'm not thinking of.
You have to say. See, this the one thing about me is I bring on people onto this episode, onto my series, and they go, I don't want to. For it to come to your head, and you actually say that you don't want to, then you have to just say it and let it go. You don't want controversy. Don't worry.
No, it's really not controversy. It's more of like I can't think of any major thing right now that is really an unpopular opinion. So I can't really say, but I'll just mention one thing that, okay, you need money to start tech.
Okay.
Yeah, some people will tell you that you need a laptop, you need all those things. The truth is that you need a laptop, but you don't have to how do I want to you don't have to own this laptop. You can
Okay.
borrow your friend's laptop, borrow your sister's laptop. I started design with my sister's laptop. My friends call it television that time.
Aha, I know that kind of.
Yeah, it's one big HP like that. So I didn't have any money in my account. Even when I started design, then my sister wanted to do a wedding and I didn't have a cover with me. So it was my mom that said she's going to take charge of the dress.
Okay.
And before then,
Yeah.
I got into design and I paid for even people that didn't rely on me at that point.
Okay. So
Yeah, you don't need money for entering tech. You just need the drive. This is not Pasquale to Maguire, like I said it. But you need the drive. You need to.
So are you saying they need money or they don't?
They don't.
Okay.
They don't.
Okay.
They don't. Yeah. What you need to as a tech person is.
But you need to have like your other job or something that can keep you going for people that don't have support.
I don't think I'm an authority in that line of people that don't have support.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I have this major support. I have my sister.
But you have to eat, you have to go out, you have to wear clothes, you have to sustain yourself when that job comes.
The thing is, maybe because of where I came from, but it's like we cut our coat according to our salary. So even if it is Gary that you can be taking, that is the truth. I didn't come from a very luxurious background, so I can't say that. Okay,
but I think it also helps you because you were still in school at that time.
That's why it is better to start early. But the fact that you're not starting early doesn't mean that you can't start now. But I'm not really an authority to speak on those that are so like. I can say I can speak on those
like situations you've not been
I've not been in.
I think I envy.
So I can't. But I can speak on the fact that I didn't have anything when I started, like nothing at all. So that's why I can give that kind of advice that you don't need money to start tech. Mm-hmm. So almost all the information you need is online for free. And some mentees that come to me, I tell them that, okay, this thing here, this is what you need to learn to start. This course on YouTube and this Google Coursera course, which they have financial aid. And I even send them the link to check the financial aid, and 90% of them get the financial aid. Yeah.
So for how long now have you been building EasyFit?
The product itself, I would say 6 to 7 months. Yeah. But the whole start of EasyFit started like 1 year ago. Okay. So we started manually, just trying to understand more of what people need. So we'll not build things based on what we think they need or what they really need. And we don't want to make the mistakes that people make on just building something they think is very amazing. So we are not saying this as amazing yet until we see that you're using it, until we see that it's really solving your problem. We are sure it's going to, but we need to see you using it so we can be 100% sure.
Personally, as the founder, how has it been?
Well, I don't know, but it's good to have some savings if you start. That's just the truth. See, I told you to start learning techniques. You don't need more. You need money to start. Something like it depends on your growth, Sha. It depends on where you want to be at a certain time. For me and for my team, it's more of like we need to get this done as soon as we can, right? And that's because we see people facing this problem, even people around us. There was an event I went to yesterday and the person showed me a video of the trouser that was made for him. So people are still facing this problem and we want to solve it as soon as we can. So that's why we took it upon ourselves to like just do this. So you need money to start, basically. So that's what I would say.
If I may chip in, I think it is also more important to actually start as soon as you can, because think of any idea you might have this day today. A lot of people have the same idea.
Yeah. And now for the money aspect, I don't mean that you need money. Yeah. You need the money to survive.
Yeah.
You get, because you cannot be building something in an ugly stomach. So it's not possible. So that's why it's better that you have something you can manage. I read an article by Y Combinator Walker, and he said something about just make sure you have the savings that you can even be using to eat ramen. There's something they call ramen. But basically, it is money you can use to drink garri. Yeah.
So right now, are you focusing on your company only, or you're still working for your company?
For that, I would not really say I'm working for a company, okay. Right? And that's because I only work like maybe once in a week. for
Okay.
them.
But you're still attached to them.
Yeah, I'm still attached to them and I get my salaries.
Yeah,
so
so-
those are actually the things that gave me some resources to even come to Lagos, talk to people, go back and even get to like plan everything. Yeah, so
that makes sense.
yeah.
That makes sense. So what do you do to unwind?
Like I said, I watch movies at night. Let me put it that way. So after I'm done with the day's work, I watch movies for like 1-2 hours, and I love reading too.
Okay.
So-
What kind of books?
Yeah, so before it was just motivational books, but now so for now it's more of like anything that I know is in line with what I'm building, like fashion or something in line with startup generally. Like how can we talk to the users more? How can we get to know what the users want more? So those are the things. And at the moment I'm reading the biography of Steve Jobs, like just to understand more about.
Nice. So are you married or single? I have not seen any ring.
Yeah, my ring is in my bag.
If you're watching and you're having impressions or ideas, it's not available. So how do you navigate all of that? Being a founder, being a mentor, being a worker, all of that, being a married man. You must be very big. If I may ask, how much do you make monthly now?
Well, I can't say that.
I know you wouldn't say.
Well,
You are always like,
I can't say that.
calm down. Calm down. There is no pressure here.
So I don't know, Sha. People around me tend to tell me that okay, maybe I'm this hardworking. Or I don't believe in that. I
Just do your thing.
I don't. Yeah, I don't believe I'm really hard. All these things. I don't see it that way. I just see that I'm just living basically.
Yeah.
So I'm not really the type of person that will tell you I'm very hardworking. I don't know. Maybe the people around me can say it, but I don't know whether I am. I just do things when they come.
And you find it easy to
it can be
combine everything.
Yeah, it can be stressful, but when I sleep and wake up, we still start another day. Yeah, so it's like
I like that. Do you suffer from imposter syndrome?
I've been suffering from imposter syndrome when I was so small, and I don't know, but most of the people I know suffer from it. It's like it's a normal thing. If you feel like you know everything, you might not improve. It is the aspect of you knowing that am I really good at it that makes you learn more. I take it in a positive way, the imposter syndrome I have. So I see it that okay, if I think that I'm not good at this like I'm supposed to, then maybe I need to learn more. Okay. So I learn more, so I use it as a more of a positive tool.
Well, so what do you do when you suffer from a creative block?
For the creative block, what I do is when I was a designer, I just basically go to Dribbble or anime. I just scroll.
Okay, inspiration.
Just inspiration, and then I leave, cool my head, and then maybe come back. But sometimes when I have this creative block, go to like check inspirations and rest. Like it's just solves everything I need to solve. Okay. So like sometimes when I'm sleeping, I solve problems in my sleep.
I get that a lot.
So the creative block is not something that I find. So it's normal. So you just have to live with it.
What does a perfect design looks like to you?
Just let it be simple. Like people don't really have I don't know, maybe for when we're doing food party flyers, you can jam everything together. But for real designs, professional designs, you don't have to merge everything together. Just whatever is on the page is needed. It's not something you are adding, so just make it very simple. A very simple design is what is even in fashion. If you can make it simple, people will love it more than just making it complicated. People might laugh at you when you make it complicated.
I get that.
It's good to if you are wearing something simple and elegant, it can be simple and elegant. So
and it should be still unique.
Yeah, royalty is not noise. That is it. Yeah.
I knew you were exposed. You don't mind starting a podcast.
No, not that. Okay. Let us face the problem of
fashion. Okay, hands down. So, one more question. When you make designs, do you put into consideration what comes first? The business or the user experience?
Okay, that's a kind of like a tricky question. Let me put it that way. For the thing is, for most of my experience, I would say I consider it the users.
Okay.
And that's because I think you just have to convince the business that this is what the users want.
But the business has to
make money. When your hands are going to be tied at that moment, they are paying you. I would really not say there's anything major you can do. But this is what I would advise when they tell you to do something that the users want, there's something we call A and B testing. So,
Yeah,
so you
how
do
about
what
that?
you think the users will also want. But after you've done what the business wants, you do what you think the users want, and then you present it to them. Yeah. So then they can decide that. So sometimes it's just saying it to them might not really push them, but when you do it and they can see it, and then
Let me believe what you want.
yeah.
That's genius.
Yeah.
One more question about design. When you design, do you consider usability or aesthetics?
Considering the fact that I had a very strong foundation in design, I'll say usability.
Okay.
But so it was not a problem. It was not a problem of this or this for me, because I already knew how to design before I even entered product design.
Okay.
So it's more of like, okay, how can I make this useful? Because aesthetic is not really anything I count, because it's there, like it's there already.
It will always be there. Like
so,
the colors will always
so they will always come.
The design will always design.
And there are so many people that can do the aesthetic, so aesthetic is not really a problem. If you go and check like some of the Google interns, if you go and check their designs, you see how it is like they don't focus on aesthetic. And
it's about you.
Because aesthetic is something that you can just, it's very easy to learn, it's very easy to do, but making something that the users want, that's the real job.
I also think even though I'm not a product designer, if you focus more on aesthetics too much, you miss out on the important like part what the users need.
Yeah, that's why we have something like wireframe in design.
Okay.
So the wireframe doesn't have any aesthetic or design.
I know about
it does have black and white. So you focus on the functionality.
Like the user journey.
Yeah, so you focus on the functionality.
So last but not the least for today, what will you say to your younger self? This question is directed to your younger self, but I want it to be useful to beginners in products too.
Well, for my younger self,
or in tech general.
Okay, for my younger self, I would say that don't believe in the norms. Like, don't believe in the status quo that, okay, this is how people do things, so let me just leave it that way. Be stubborn.
Do you? He's saying do you.
Yeah, basically. No, sometimes some people can just be like, let me just be, but if you can, it is those people that are crazy enough to believe they can change the world that can really change it. Those are really the people that do change it at the end of the day. So just be stubborn. Yeah, so I will still tell my younger self that I'll continue being stubborn. It is that stubbornness that will make you feel like you can do something. So, yeah. And even if whatever happens, you will be persistent in it.
So, dear viewers, they said be stubborn. So, I totally enjoyed this episode with you, and thank you for coming. Thank you for like honoring me with your presence. So, guys, this will be the end of today's episode. See you next time. Bye-bye.